Good morning all. I can see many teachers, some students. I'm sure there are principals and college management. I am Shyama Iyer and I have come along with my colleague Swapnil More from IIT Bombay. I am the National Coordinator for the Spoken Tutorial program coming from IIT Bombay. And Swapnil More is a senior manager looking after Maharashtra and many other states. We look after a program related to training. Training in what? Training for whom? What mode of training? Very simply, we train through distance learning college students on IT or software skills. So relevant, right? Our program Spoken Tutorial started in 2009 with a few courses, and we have a huge variety of courses since we started the training in 2011. So we are very happy to be here, and it is all because of Savitribai Pune University's Vice Chancellor Sir and the whole team there. Professor Karmalkar and his team have enabled us to be connected with you in this manner. And this type of interaction for us, for a relatively young project, is a first in India, particularly coming out of the university. So, very happy to be here again. So, as you are in this semester, as teachers are dealing and coping and handling this last year or final semester of students, I am certain that predominant in your mind, very importantly, you will be thinking about, after passing out, will the students have good job potential? Will they be able to attract employers? Will they be able to do well during the recruitment process, during the interviews? Have we done enough? Of course, colleges coming under the prestigious Pune University, among the best in the country, certainly have dedicated the 3 years or 4 years or 2 years since the student joined to enable him or her to master all the subjects that they were learning, whether it was in degree colleges, whether it was BSc, BA, BCom, BTech, anything, MCA, BCA. And for students especially coming from computer applications or computer science related or IT related areas, definitely they would have been exposed to software, especially programming languages like C, Java, maybe even some basic computer skills and so on. So that is, of course, very good. What we bring, what are we all about? What is the Spoken Tutorial program all about? Spoken is really just an audio video way of teaching and learning. And a tutor or a tutorial is something that makes the concepts already learned simpler. So we do not teach theory about a particular software, but just directly train on hands-on being able to write code, do programming, use the software and be comfortable in that environment. Since 2011, that is, you can say in the last 5 to 6 odd years, we have trained close to 41 lakh students across the country, covering almost every district. And we sit in IIT Bombay to do this. So why is this program so hugely popular, and what is the reason for it to grow in this manner? Coming back to what you as educators want to provide to your students, the edge, that extra, value-added courses, value-added skills. Skills is the operating word these days, right? And IT and software skills are especially relevant for all. Today, even students from BA, students from the arts, definitely when they pass out, they should be not just knowing how to use computers, but know how to do word processing, a spreadsheet, prepare some slides and so on. You know, the whole office suite, they should be able to do it very well. They should also understand computers, they should be able to use a browser or, navigate an operating system. So, if such a program is coming to your campus, that is what the spoken tutorial teaching and learning program is all about. We are coming directly under MHRD or the Ministry of HRD, under the National Mission on Education through ICT. So this is ICT or Information Communication Technology Enabled Learning. You introduce it in your college and you are taking your college up several notches, introducing curriculum enhancement, introducing a smart classroom or a smart way of learning, and most importantly, tackling acute faculty shortage, especially in teaching computer related courses. Good quality trained faculty, that shortage is there everywhere. And if students can access these courses sitting in their campus, and more importantly, be able to learn on their own, the whole program stands on self-learning concept. There are simple audio videos and they are explained in a very nice manner. The best part also is that these courses are available in more than 15 Indian languages, including Marathi and Hindi and so on. So, a huge number of our students coming from rural or semi-rural backgrounds, they can also master computers and they can also learn specialized courses like the programming languages and so on. So, just like Pune University, for whom the spoken tutorial IIT Bombay is a knowledge provider or a knowledge partner, more than 115 affiliating universities as well as departments of higher education, technical education, all of these we are knowledge partners since the past 5-6 years and working to impart this knowledge, this training to the your interest group, to your main stakeholders who are the students. So, some examples of software are of course the programming languages like C and Java, I mentioned that. In addition, there are even the basic computer skills. The office or the operating system, we are talking about open source software so that colleges need not pay licensing fees, neither will they need to resort to piracy, but they can access robust operating systems, robust office suite, in fact, built-in programs and compilers even for their advanced developmental software like the programming languages. Since students learn on their own, they watch the videos. It is one student sitting in front of one computer with earphones. They learn, they listen, they practice. If they have missed something, they go back and through a side-by-side learning method. In one console you have the software, in one console you have the tutor or the tutorial explaining that particular topic in the software. They are learning, they are practicing and they are mastering. Guaranteed. After they complete the courses range from 15 to 20 hours and they can learn it at their leisure. They are going to be, really having basic to, I will say, start of intermediary level mastery in being able to write code, being able to actually work in that environment. Take a look at this slide. This is just a smattering of the courses we have. We have a very large number of courses. I'm sure you can recognize if some of you are from the computer science related departments or fields, you can recognize C and Java and open source. You're talking about Linux, you're talking about LibreOffice, which is just like MS Office. But it is not everywhere. It is not easy to learn a course like Drupal. What is Drupal? Drupal, PHP, MySQL are for web development. So a course like Drupal would be very relevant even for our BCom or BBA or MBA students, I think. If they were to go into entrepreneurship, if they were to be involved in a small or large company, somewhere managing the website. The same with our multimedia package, GIMP, which is like Photoshop, Inkscape, which is an advanced version of computer graphics, and Blender, our animation package. And these software are being used extensively in these particular sectors or industry. So it is not about getting a job in the IT sector or IT industry. One is knowing and achieving competence level in computer skills, word processing skills and so on, and also being able to learn new courses. And finally, master the courses already being taught in the college curriculum. Not all students have the same level of being able to absorb the courses, of being able to absorb the concepts and actually be able to use them. But with our tutor, which works like an e-guide or an e-resource, students will definitely be able to master and become very proficient. This is the result we see. Every day we get so many feedback and so many emails from students as well as teachers who are so able to give us a story, for example, that a particular student was not able to clear his Java exam, coming from a rural part of Telangana. He was told to view and practice our Java spoken tutorials and he cleared the exam. Simple as that. I will again emphasize on open source and why. Government of India itself is having a policy. This I have just captured on this slide directly from the Economic Times, where especially for e-governance, for government offices and the different government departments and functions at state and central level, most of the work, most of the new projects and programs must be done, and the software that should be considered should come under the open source software, not commercial. All open source options should be ruled out before one decides to go ahead with a commercial software. And this is happening. So our students, if they are going to be familiar with Linux, if they are going to be familiar with BOS or BOS Linux, Bharat Operating System Linux. If they are going to be familiar with LibreOffice, they are even going to start becoming eligible for those e-governance jobs, and everything today is by e-governance, right? Even if you want to register the birth of your child, or if you want to file an FIR, there is a booth where you can do it electronically. So there are so many jobs available, and the government of Maharashtra also, in healthcare, for the treasury, the election commission, many of their departments are being robustly run just via open source software on open source platforms. So this is not very different than what the rest of the world is doing. China, Brazil, many countries in the European Union, all have moved to open source, and why not? Every day we hear of colleges who have not paid the licensing fees but are using Windows and Microsoft and proprietary software through the pirated version. They are being caught. There are cases in court. They are even being sent to jail. Isn't it better to get out of that trap and actually be able to not be restricted in any software that UG students, PG students for their research work and project work, even faculty for their own work, any software they want to use, they want to do advanced computation, Scilab is there. They want to write the best projects, technical mathematics projects or thesis or papers, they can do it in LaTeX. All of this is available free of cost, and whatever barriers were there to using and learning, they go away when the learning happens through spoken tutorials. So this is a reality, and we are actually coming to your campus. I am sure that you are going to have many questions, and I will hand over now to my colleague Swapnil More, who will take you through what is the scenario in Maharashtra. Maharashtra, by the way, has done awesomely, has done really well. So many rural colleges are also covered. So I will request Swapnil now to take you through the rest of the program, explain what your role will be and how you can access this program, offer it to your students. Let me emphasize again, this is the last year or the last semester for our final year students. Let them take away, and in a week they can take away some skills and certificates before they graduate, improve their biodata. Isn't that something? Isn't that awesome? And in this semester, all the program, all the courses are still free of cost. For the moment, that is the scene. So it will take just a few hours to get started. Swapnil, over to you.
I welcome all the principals, faculties and students who have connected through this web session. Partnership with Savitribai Phule Pune University goes back 4 to 5 years back. I would say we have a very rich history with university. You can look at the straight snapshot wherein we have trained more than 3.9 lakh students in last 5 to 6 years. You would be happy to know that 50% of this number, maybe more than that, comes from your very own university. I told you, we have a rich history. Along with that, the 10 state universities recommend our courses as a valuable e-guide and e-resource for software learning. I am sure you all would be eager to know how your college can start and student can get those certificates. Especially the final year students, as we mentioned, before they pass out, should have those valuable skills and certificates to showcase in their interviews. Well, how a college can start? All the faculties out there, I would request you to take down the notes what I am saying. Definitely, our training coordinators and respected managers would be helping you in the future to understand what your role is and how you can organize these training sessions. To start, principal has to nominate a faculty coordinator from the college. This faculty coordinator can be from any department. But if this faculty is from a computer science or a IT department, it would be great. This faculty has to get in touch with the training coordinators of the state, whose contact details will be shared at the end of the presentation. Just call the coordinator and say, I want to start this training program. I have decided this date on which I have to start this training session. We will help you to organize that session, that 1 hour session for your students. Faculties need to go through certain procedure to start this training program. So before the training session starts, there should be a planning which needs to be done. Faculty has to register on our web portal. Faculty has to download the course material which students will be accessing. Faculty has to upload the student data which are going through the training. Faculty has to ensure that these students go through the courses. And last but not the least, faculty to organize the test so that students can earn those valuable certificates. Registration can be done today itself. You just have to go to our website, and it's a 5-minute job which we will help you with. Once the courses are downloaded, the downloaded file needs to be copied to each and every system in the lab. So, the learning, when students will come for the session, the learning will be offline. Students with computers, personal computers and laptops can even carry the material with them. So, the first session which you organize will be for 1 to 2 hours. Students will come in the lab, they will listen to the tutorials, side by side they will practice on the software, and after 2 hours they will go back. You can organize the session bi-weekly, weekly, depending upon your timetable. Ideally, students should get 1 month of time to practice the course, and then you can organize that test. So, these are the steps. As a faculty, you register, you download the course, you make your lab ready, you organize that session, and then test. Every step which I have mentioned, there will be support from training managers from IIT Bombay. All you have to do is take out little time from your schedule and call the managers and ask your queries. We will be happy to help them. Moreover, some colleges can even connect with us over Skype for their first session. It is not mandatory to connect over the Skype, but certain colleges, if they wish, they can do. Faculty needs to ensure that students are not supposed to register the way they are doing it. Registration of students will be done by faculty itself. For that, faculty needs to collect the student data in a given format. First name, last name, email ID and gender. I am sure many of the students would be already having email ID. But if you have certain students who do not have email ID, this is the right time to create the email IDs and let them introduce to this world of ICT. Once the student data is uploaded, students will be getting their username and password automatically on the email ID which will be given to us. This username and password will be used on the day of test. Okay. So, all the faculties need to call us and let us know what date they want to conduct that first session, and believe us, we will be step by step helping you with all the queries. Our system, the learning system we call, is completely automated. Every step we have a help desk and a guidance on the website itself. So, what are you waiting for? Just let us know what day you want to start the training program. We will be helping you with that. You can see the courses mentioned department wise over there: BA, BSc, BCom, BBA and BCA. BTechs we have not mentioned over here because it is supposed to be granted that BTech should be possessing all the skills. But I have a question: why only BTechs? Why can't our BA, BCom or BSc students be equipped with this knowledge of IT? Because whenever they go out for job, IT skills would be a tool which they can showcase in the interviews. So you can see we have a basic office suite or introduction to computers course, which I say must be given to all the students irrespective of their departments. Principals, kindly make a note here. Also the faculties, you might start with one department or one batch in this semester, but in future, you know, the entire college and all the batches can be benefited with this program. All the planning of FDPs about the spoken tutorial or how you conduct the next semester sessions for all the departments, yes, everything can be done in the summer holidays, we will help you with that. But as of now, we would want your final year students to get the certificates and skills. So, I am about to end my talk over here. I would like to mention the various courses which we have. You can have a look at the courses which are given in the presentation. At the same time, I would like to recall certain important points. Use of open source. Use of open source will help you to come over those financial constraints of buying those proprietary softwares. Students will be able to learn the courses which are part of their academics and also the courses which are very much lucrative and much needed in the job sector. And all this can be done in your college lab itself, in your college premises. So, this is the right time we can introduce these courses to your students. See what all courses we have. From basic IT skills, graphic animation to programming languages. I would want you to look at the specialty packages in which we have mentioned Scilab. Mathematics department. Why should the mathematics department be only limited to the traditional way of learning? We should help them with the Scilab tool. The high level computational mathematics calculation can be done by Scilab, which can be also useful for physics department. Not to forget, we have projects. Undergraduates, postgraduate students, they have to do projects and submit the project reports. For them, we have LaTeX, a specialized technical writing package. Believe me, 35 minutes every day, within 30 days, every individual can learn LaTeX. Just imagine the kind of paper submissions in LaTeX, rich and very attractive. At the same time, we have a very niche courses for chemistry, biochemistry, biotechnology and bioinformatics, cell designer, JMOL, GChemPaint and Avogadro. With the help of these tools, students now can make or imagine those molecular structures right there in front of them. I'm just thrilled to know, this when students with this knowledge pass out, eventually their confidence will be at a very high level. I will urge all of you, all the listeners, go onto the internet today, type spoken tutorial. The very first option you get is our website. Just get into our website, view the courses. You will be happy to know the fun way of learning, I would say non-boring way of learning with audio video tools which we have created. And yes, the courses can be learned by faculties also. Even you can increase your knowledge and get those acquired skills. Now, you can see the contact details of our respective managers. Pune and Ahmednagar region colleges can contact Ms. Vidya Kadam, and Nashik region colleges will contact Mr. Rudra Biswas. Call them and let us know what is the first day or the day of session you want to conduct these training programs for. We would be happy to do that.